Hey guys, Chef Jason Race, hardware grilling expert. Today I'm gonna fire up my brand new Traeger Woodridge Pro and show you how to make quick, easy, and tasty reverse sear tri-tip. Let's get started. Okay, for today's ingredients, we're gonna start with that whiskey dust, a little of that maple bourbon rub from Traeger, using a little bit of that bacon up bacon grease as our binder. We have a 2.5 pound tri-tip here, choice grade. I'm gonna show you a little bit of trimming I have to, tiny bit. I got it pretty well set from my local club store, but there's two things I want to look for. Now, we cannot track temperatures on the Woodridge Pro in a lot of ways, right? We could go old school and use a thermometer, but we're not gonna do that today. We could use the Traeger meter if we wanted to add that on to our Woodridge Pro. We're not gonna do that today. We're gonna use the wired probe it came with. That's right. We'll just show you how to get this loaded here, and we're gonna use what came with it. But like I said, you want to take technology to the next level, Traeger meter. That's a great add-on. Now, let's head out and get the Traeger fired up first, then come back in here, prep time. All right, we added those Ace Reserve Blend pellets. Go ahead and dial this to 225, hit enter. And look at that, we are up and ready to ignite. So let's get cooking. All right, let's go ahead and get our rub set. We've got our bacon up set. Now, this is a tri-tip that I got from my local club store. It is choice grade. I'm looking at a few things in here just to see if anything needs to go. This little bit here does. A little bit of connective tissue there that I don't like, but pretty much they did a really nice job on trimming this. And there's just some fat here that I'm not really worried about, so we will leave that. Now, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is start with a little bacon up bacon grease, and I always like to take that out with a tablespoon so that I'm not contaminating my bacon up. All right, went ahead and added the bacon fat, got that all rubbed on there on both sides. Then we went and seasoned it with that whiskey dust and got that everywhere. We even coated the side, the back, everything. Now, check it out. We're gonna let this rest while the Traeger reaches our first temp of 225, but first, we have to go ahead and add that probe. So, I like to go right in the middle, into the thickest part, and we're just gonna get that in till it's right about, let's see, right about there. So we have got that probe right about here. We're gonna let this sit. I will head out and check grill temp, and then yeah, I'll see you when I'm out at the grill. We're ready to cook. All right, we hit 225. We are ready to go. It is time to load the tri-tip into our Woodridge Pro. So I'm going on the top shelf just like that, and then I'm gonna let that cord hang out so we can add the cord in next. But that's it, top shelf, 225. Let's go ahead and close it, and we'll start tracking temperature. All right, we'll go ahead and plug our temperature probe in. We'll watch for our cues here. There we go. And we're at 46 degrees. So we'll go into the Traeger app next, and I'll show you how we set the alert, but there you are, 46. We're gonna track it today till it reaches 105 degrees. We have alerted at 105 degrees, and look at that beauty right there. Now, we're gonna go ahead and take this off. We're going to go onto a pan, so we'll carefully guide that off, just like that. We're gonna go onto that pan, we're gonna go into the kitchen, we're gonna let this rest inside as we adjust the temperature of the grill up to 500 degrees and then hit and maintain that for 10 minutes. So, into the kitchen we go. So total, it took us 25 minutes to grow to 500 degrees and maintain that temperature. And here's your random fact of the day. The meat carried to 112. We pulled it at 105, carried to 112. Now, we're gonna go 6 minutes aside and yeah, at 500 degrees. Then we'll come back and check this. But my desired doneness is now 125 internal. All right, here we are after 6 minutes. Time to give that a nice flip, and now we're gonna let it go another 6 minutes or until it reaches that 125. All right, after 11 minutes on this side, so 6 minutes the first side, 11 minutes that side, that is sitting at 125. So we are going to go back onto the pan. We are going to now go into the kitchen where it's time to rest. We're gonna let this rest for about 10 minutes before we slice into it. All right, time to cut in here after our resting and see how we did. And look at that. How's that look for tasty, juicy, and delicious? Listen, it's hard to do your job and focus when you have meat in front of you on the cutting board. Now, if you're looking for more amazing recipes coming up, stay tuned because I've got a video coming where we're gonna show you how to do London broil. absolutely incredible. That video coming up next. But in the meantime, cheers.